this is a Rubik's Cube. And you might be thinking that solving one of these things is impossible. But believe me, only a couple years ago, I thought so as well. But today, I'll be showing you how you can solve the Rubik's Cube using the beginner's method, which is one of the easiest methods to learn, and the method that I used to learn 4 years ago. So, what are we waiting for? Like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So, before we start, we gotta go through the different pieces of a Rubik's Cube. So first off, we have a centerpiece, which are these in the middle here. It's kind of self-explanatory. They have one color, just like that. And this determines which color goes on which side. And then we have edges, which are these pieces right here. They have two colors on them, and we can actually see that if we take the piece out. Two colors. And these go between two edges, or the edges go between two centers and two corners. And finally, the last piece that we're talking about is the corners, which are these 8 right here in the corners as well. So these go between 3 edges, and those are the pieces of the Rubik's Cube. Now, it's also very important to think of them as a piece and not as a color. So this right here is not yellow, it's yellow and green. Just remember that. But let's get started with the first step of the Rubik's Cube. So, anyways, let's get started. And that first step is scrambling the cube. And scrambling is when you mix up the cube. So we just scramble it up. And now we're ready for the first step, which is the daisy. So basically, we're putting the 4 white edges, not corners, but edges, around the yellow center. Now, you can probably figure this out yourself, but if you need some extra help, this is what you do. You find the yellow center, and you put it on the bottom. Then we look for a white piece in the top right here, and here we find the white and green. And white is on top, so we can just put it down into the daisy. Now, if it was above this white one, and we do put it down, we see that we just take this one out, and we can fix that by just moving it over, and then putting the next one in. Now, we can also run into this case, where if we put it to the top, we see that, well, if we put it in twice, white's not on the bottom. And there's a simple fix for that. Instead of doing twice, you put it down once, and then we put down the one on the side right here, and then we can see that it goes in. And finally, we'll do the same thing here. So we just move it over, bring it down. Now it attaches to this center. Bring that down there. And now we have the daisy. So next up, we're making a white cross. And we'll do this by, instead of having yellow at the bottom, we put yellow on the top and white on the bottom. And then we turn this top layer until one of these pieces lines up. So right here, we're turning the top layer. And now we see that the white and red is above the red center. Once we see this line, we just turn the front twice, and now we have the first cross piece in. And now we rotate either the left or the right. I'll go to the left. And then we repeat, turn this until the blue lines up, because we have the blue center. And this is white, double check that. And then we can put this one in. Now we rotate again. We have orange, turn the top layer until we find the orange one. Now we have the orange line, and white is on top. So we can turn it twice, and rotate again, and now we can turn this again. Here, green is actually lining up, but this is not the white piece. We want the white piece in the bottom. So we turn it again, and now it's the white piece that's attached. And then we can just put it back in, and now we have the white cross. Remember, we're not looking at these corners. We just have the white cross right there. And next up, we're going to complete the bottom layer right here. And we do this by inserting these 4 corners. Now, there's a quick algorithm that we have to learn. And it's very easy. It goes like this. With the right hand, you can go up with your right hand. And then with this finger right here, the index finger, we're going to push the top layer to the left. Then we're going to bring the right side down. And then we're going to push with our left index finger on the top layer just like that. Once again, it looks like this: up, left, down, right. Let's continue. So the way that we use it to get this layer is by first looking in the top layer for a white piece. We actually didn't have one here. One sec. There we go. We look in the top layer for a white piece, white corner piece, because those are the only pieces left. So this is white corner. Now, what other two colors are on this corner? We see it's orange and green. So where does this have to go? Well, in between orange and green, obviously. And what we do is we take the corner, and remember, white on the bottom. We only want white on the top in the first step. Everything after that, white on the bottom, always. But we look at the corner, and we put it on top of the spot it needs to go in by turning the top layer, and only the top layer. And then from here, once we have it on top of the place it needs to go in, what we do is just those 4 moves that I just taught you: up, left, down, right. And now we can see that the corner has been inserted. Now we just repeat with the rest of them. So this one, it's red, green, and white. So we have the white piece, and it's red and green as the other colors. So this piece has to go in between the red and green centers, right here. So we turn the top layer until the piece is above where it needs to go. Then we put the piece in your right hand. So you want everything on your right hand. And then you do this algorithm: up, left, down, right. But Oscar, you might be saying, it's not solved. Well, if it isn't solved, just repeat the algorithm a couple times, one more time, and there it's solved. So just repeat these 4 moves until the piece gets solved. And then we have the next piece right here, and this is white, blue, and orange. So that piece goes right here. So we put it on top, put the pieces in your right hand like that, and then put them in. And then we have the final piece right here, which is blue and red and white. So put it in between the blue and red, and then you do the 4 moves with your right hand, and now it's in. And now we have the first layer done. Now, can you guess what the next step is? If you said to do the second layer like this, then you're absolutely correct. So for this step, we're just going to learn one more algorithm, and this one's not that hard. So we just learned up, left, down, right, and this is with the right hand. Now we're just going to learn the left hand version, and it goes like this: up on the left side, and then to the right with your left index finger, down on the left side, and then you push with your right index finger to the left. It's the exact same thing as the one we just learned with up, left, down, right, just with our left hand. So up, right, down, left. It's basically just, imagine you have a mirror right here. That's basically what it is. And once again, if you have a solved cube, you can do the algorithm 6 times and it will solve itself. Now, to get to this step where we have the first 2 layers solved, what we will do is, first off, we'll look around the cube in the top layer for any piece that does not have yellow on it. So it does not have yellow. And it needs to be an edge, not a corner. So right here, we have an edge. Yes, this is an edge. And this has yellow on it. So this is not the one we want. This one is an edge, and it does not have yellow on it. So this is the piece we want to look at. And then we'll just line this up with its center. So look at the color on the front, not the top, the front. And then just keep turning until you see that they line up, and make this T shape right here, or upside down T shape. Then we're going to look at the top color. What color is this? Yep, that's right, that's red. And what side is red on? Red is on the left side, right here. So that means we're going to push this piece to the opposite side. So red is on the left, we will push it to the right in the top layer. And then we'll do because we pushed it to the right, we'll just do the left hand version of the 4 moves. So up, right, down, left. And then we'll rotate, so we change this corner from being in the left side to the right side. And we'll do that by just turning like that. And then we'll insert it once again by doing the right hand version. So up, left, down, right. And then we'll solve this edge and corner. And then we'll just repeat this for the rest of the edges that are remaining. So here we have a non-yellow, it does not have yellow on it, and it is an edge, so we'll look at it. What's the second color? Sorry, what's the front color on this edge? It's blue, so here's blue, we'll line it up. Now we have this T-shape, we can just ignore these two edges right here. We have a T-shape, or upside down T-shape, so that's good. What side is red on? Because red's on the top. Red is on the right. So this time we're pushing it to the left. We're pushing it opposite. And then we're starting with the right hand because we push the edge to the left. So we'll start with the right hand 4 moves, up, left, down, right. And then we want to change the corner from being in the right hand to the left hand, this corner right here. And we'll do that by rotating the opposite way this time. And then we'll put this back in by doing the left hand 4 moves, up, left, down, right. Sorry, up, right, down, left it would be. And now we have another spot solved. And for this slot right here, we just got lucky on that one, I guess. And now we have the final one right here. Line it up with the T. Green's on the left, so we push it to the right. We push the corner to the right. Or sorry, we push the edge to the right. So we'll do the left hand 4 moves first. And then we want to change the corner from being the left hand to the right hand. Do it like that. And remember to rotate, not just push it, but actually rotate the cube and then insert with the opposite hand or the right 4 moves. And now you can see we've done with the 4 edges and 4 corners that make up the first 2 layers. We're more than halfway there now. So let's get into the next step. So the next step is to get the yellow cross with the edges, not the corners. We're only looking at the edges right now. And this is where it starts getting a little bit complicated. We have 3 different cases we can get. The first case is a line case, and we can see that it's a line case because it's just a line. Remember, don't look at the corners, only the edges. It's a line of edges. The second is the fish hook or the L, the boomerang. I don't know what to call it, but this shape, I'll just call it the L. Looks like an L. And then we have the dot case, which is just, well, a dot, no edges, or yellow. And we'll solve these all in basically the same way, but I'll show you the line up first because it's the easiest one. And this is a new algorithm, but it's very similar to the ones that we've learned before. So you'll get the hang of this one very fast. What you'll do is put the line horizontally, not vertically, horizontally. So this way that I have right now. And then bring down the front like that. And then you do the 4 moves on the right hand. So up, left, down, right. And then you put the front piece back up. And now you have the yellow cross. The second case, which is the L or the boomerang, we'll put it in the top left, like that. Not like that, like that. So one in the top, one in the left. And then we do the exact same thing. So front goes down, up, left, down, right, front goes back up. And now we have the line case. So we do the line case. And now we have the yellow cross. And the third case, which is the dot case, it's very similar to the L case. You can just choose whatever orientation on this one because, well, yeah, that's how it works. You can just do the exact same algorithm, and then you get a L case, then you get a line case, and then you get the cross. So the next step is to get these yellow edges to be above the right center, just like this. And this is the second last algorithm you'll be learning. So we're almost there. And the algorithm is a pretty simple one. It's kind of similar to ones before. And it goes like this. So the right side will go up. And then we'll push the left with the left index, or the right index finger, like 4. And then bring down the right side again. But instead of going to the right here, we're going to push it one more time. So it goes right there. And then we'll bring it up on the right side. And then we'll just do the top layer twice until you get this white line. And then we bring down the right side again. Once again, it looks like this. Up, left, down, left again, up, top layer twice, and then bring down the right side. And how we'll use this is by first, you want to look at where these edges actually are. And this can be challenging sometimes to see exactly which case you have. But basically, there's 2 cases that you can get. Case number 1 looks like this. If you solve 2 pieces, or if you can solve 2 pieces, and the 2 pieces are on the sides like this. And then the second case is like this, where you have 2 solved pieces beside each other, and then 2 unsolved pieces on the other side. And the way we'll solve this is we'll start off with this case where the 2 are beside each other. We'll put the solved pieces, the 2 edges that are in the right place, at the back and the right, like this. Back and right. And then we'll just do the algorithm I just taught you. Up, left, down, left, up, double, down. And then sometimes you might just have to readjust and turn the top layer a couple times. And now we can see that the edges are actually in the right place now. And that's the step complete. The other case was that 2 are opposite, and these 2 are unsolved. And what we'll do here is 1 front, 1 back. So 1 solved piece at the front, 1 solved piece at the back, and then we'll do the algorithm. Up, left, down, left, up, double, down. And now you can see that we now have this case where there's 2 solved beside each other and 2 unsolved beside each other. So once again, if this does happen, put 1 in the back, 1 on the right, and you do the algorithm up, left, up, double, down, and then readjust. And now it is solved. And just please note that sometimes you may have to do it twice, the algorithm twice. And now we're actually really close to solving the cube. This is the second last step and the last algorithm we'll be learning. And what we're trying to do is to get these corners into the right spot. Now you can see that these corners don't look like they're in the right spot. But if I corner twist, which note, you should never corner twist. Don't do that, your cube might be unsolvable. But if I do corner twist, you can see that it is actually in the right place. Remember, we're not trying to look for it to be solved, but in the right place. So yellow, blue, and red, in between the yellow, blue, and red. So all of these are in the right spot. And to get there, it's actually a really, really, really simple algorithm. And it goes like this. Up on the right, and push this corner to the back, just like that. Now up on the left, push this corner to the back, just like that. And now we can bring this side down, put that corner back to where it was, and bring that back down again. Once again, it goes like this. Up on the right side, and then to the right with the top layer, up on the left side, to the left with the top layer, down on the right side, top layer to the right, and then down on the left side. So how we'll use this is by looking at the top layer at all these corners. And there's 3 cases we can get. We can get 1 in the right place, none in the right place, or all in the right place. And we'll just look at 1 in the right place, which is the one we have right here. with this one, the orange, green, and yellow is in between the orange, green, and yellow. So we know that this is in the right place. And then the rest of these are not in the right place. And what we'll do is we'll hold the one that's in the right place in the front left. So right here. And then we'll do the algorithm. Up, push it to the back, up on the left, push it to the back, down on the right corner, and then to the right on the top layer, and then bring everything on the left back down. And then you see that this edge is moved. It just put it back like that. And then now we can see that, well, in this case, we had to do it twice. Sometimes you have to do it twice, sometimes you have to do it once. Depends on the scramble, but we'll just do it once again. Up on the right, to the back, up on the left, to the back, down on the right, put everything back, and then down. And then now we can see that all of these corners are in the right place. That one is obviously solved, in the right place, in the right place. And if you do get a case where none of them are in the right place, like this one right here, then what to do is we just do the algorithm from any direction. So just do it from this direction. And then we can look around, and now we see that we have this in the right place right here, and none of the other ones in the right place. So we'll just do the algorithm for that one more time. And now everything's in the right place. And now we're at the absolute final step. Now, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. So you got to listen very, very well. And just remember 2 simple rules. And the rules are finish the 4 moves and only turn the D layer or the bottom layer. And we'll go into more detail shortly. So up to this point, we've only had the yellow on the bottom for the first step, which was the daisy. Now we can put yellow back to the bottom. It's only the daisy and this final step that we actually flip the cube upside down. And what we're looking for is to have an unsolved corner in the right hand side right here, right hand side on the bottom. And once we do have one of those corners in the right hand side on the bottom and white is on the top, then we'll do the 4 moves from earlier, which once again was up, left, down, right. And then I want you to continue with these 4 moves until this corner is solved. Now it might be looking like you're destroying the cube, but trust me, until this corner is solved. And it's very important that you finish all the 4 moves or the method won't work. And then when you have finished putting this corner solved, then I want you to move the next corner that needs to be solved in using the D layer, not by rotating like this, but by moving the bottom layer over. And now we have another piece, and now we can repeat until that's solved. And then we get the next one like that. Remember, don't turn the whole cube, only the bottom layer, and then the 4 moves, and remember to finish them. And now you can see that you've actually solved the Rubik's Cube. Good job, guys. You now know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. If you thought that this tutorial was helpful, then tell me down below in the comments. And if this method does not work for you, step 1, double check you did it right. You can always go back and rewatch the video. That's always good to do. Number 2 is to well, double check that your cube is actually solvable. Because if you flip the corner like that, or pieces have fallen out and you build it back together a little bit randomly, then there's only a 1 in 8 chance that your cube is solvable. So you might just have to take your cube apart like this and then build it up into a solvable state, and then scramble and then solve. And thirdly, just practice, 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 and you will be able to solve the Rubik's Cube without help. And I know this because that's how I did it, and this is how I've taught all my friends, family, and, well, everyone basically how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Thank you guys so much for watching, Don't forget to check out the Plus 2 podcast, which you can find down below in the description or on YouTube and Spotify. Now, comment any tips, tricks, or video ideas, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good rest of your day, and booyah!